We are Pogopedia, and this is our mascot.
All right.
Could you... Amigas y amigos de Pogopedia, pasaron 10 años, pero finalmente sucede. System of a Down regresó a Buenos Aires, estamos en la Argentina y estamos con nada más y nada menos que John Dolmayan a un día del show. Nice to meet you and thank you for your time, man.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Well, first of all, before we start, we have two little gifts for you. We know you are a comic book fan. These are called from us. This is Cazador, and the other one is El Eternauta, the Eternaut.
Looks like Bisley. Is it Bisley? Simon Bisley? No, who's?
No. This one is an Argentinian author.
Oh, really?
Yeah, both.
Argentinian?
Yeah.
Very
And this
cool.
one is another historic one. The Eternaut. Just Netflix released a miniseries of
Okay,
it.
cool.
So
Who's gonna come to my room and read this to me?
I don't know. We're gonna make some
We're
arrangement.
gonna
Maybe.
figure it out.
Yeah.
Can you grab these for me, please? Thank you. Don't lose them.
So
He looks very much like Bisley's style, like
Yeah.
some influence. It's kind of like a mix between Frank Miller and Bisley almost.
first of all, how are you? Nope.
I don't read Spanish.
No, it's all English.
I don't read English either.
No.
I can't read it.
So first of all, how's the tour so far? Because we have seen many images of
Yeah.
the great concerts you did in the last week.
I mean, it's what can I say except that it's been insane. You know, like we tend to get better as we go, because we start playing tighter and stuff. But right off the bat, right away in Colombia was just complete insanity because the crowds have been so strong that it has given us extra energy to play. You know, I mean, look, we're a little older now, as you know, just a little. So, and we're also playing much longer sets. So the combination of the two can sometimes be a little tedious. But again, when you're energized the way we have been by the audiences, it really gives you a lot more incentive.
You can stop.
Well, I didn't want to stop, and that's the thing, is we have long set lists, right? Like it's like 30. I think the shortest set list is 31 songs, and the longest one is 34. So we go back and forth on which one we want to play. Right. So that's a lot of songs, right? It's a long time to play. But I found myself getting a little sad near the end of the set because I'm like, I want to keep playing. When you have an audience like that, you just don't want to stop.
And so, how do you make this set list? Because I don't know if only one of you.
There goes those questions.
Let's go. Let's do it again.
Go for it. Here, put it here.
Oh,
I'm not going to read it.
don't worry, man. Is this one?
Put it on my leg.
Yeah? Could you grab it? Thank you.
Okay.
Nice. So, what about the set list?
So the set lists sometimes take up to 2 months to put together.
Okay.
Yeah, they're really crafted because we only have 5 albums, right? And that's a lot of albums. But when you've gone 25 years without a new album, it's not a lot of albums. You know, you have amount of source material, and that's it. So we kind of depend on Darren to put together the set list. He really takes into consideration a lot of things. He'll do like painstaking research on old sets to make sure we're not repeating too much, you know? And then he'll cultivate it based on, we're picking them up in the interview. My guys. It's you.
Not the other ones.
No, come sit here if you're going to talk. No? Okay, all right.
No,
It's probably too big. So, you know, we sit there and we cultivate it like that, right? And then Darren also has to consider, like, there's a lot to consider, really, if you think about it. I kind of have the easiest job because they're all equally the same for me to play, right? But when you're talking about vocals, you have to consider, like, are you warmed up? What songs are harder in the beginning? What harmonies are harder to do in the beginning? So there's a lot of factors that go into it. I don't want you guys to think that we just slap songs together and go out. It's really meticulously cared for. Like a garden that's 200 years old. There's a plan, right? And that's kind of how we put together set lists.
I know you all mentioned about, you talk a lot about the possibilities of a new album. I think that maybe you and Shavo gets better the anxiety of the fans when you talk about a new album. Not the possibility, but the thoughts. So
Let me put it this way. Do you like the Beatles?
yeah, well,
Okay.
tell you.
So I love the Beatles.
There is something like Lennon-McCartney relationship between.
Yes, there are, but it gets a little deeper than that. We have a more complex relationship than the Beatles had because we're also Armenian, and we have Armenian stubbornness. They only had English stubbornness, and that cannot compete with Armenian stubbornness. You guys know Armenians here. Okay? So I love the Beatles passionately. And I only had the Beatles for what, 10, 11 years, right? Musically. And I have to be satisfied by that because there can't be more, right? Now with System, we're all still alive, so you never know what happens. But as a fan, we've given you 5 albums. There's something like 100 songs total that we've put out, right? Learn to be satisfied by the quality of what you have, not the quantity of what you have, not just in art, but in all aspects of your life, and you'll be a happy person. We could put out an album every year, and they can all be shit, right?
Yeah.
Or would you rather have 5 albums that are amazing? It's kind of like having one woman that you love with all your life, as opposed to having a bunch of dates. Think of it that way.
All this stuff that we mentioned is something that appear maybe around the mesmerized, hypnotized time.
What stuff?
This the animosity between the.
Well, that happens the second you meet somebody, right? Especially artistically. It's not so much that it's animosity. It's just that we're different people, and we think differently. Sometimes, though, you go,
and it's a fuel for
there's
this kind of
4 of us,
stuff.
and we're all very different. Like if you sit here and talk to each member of System of a Down, you're going to get a completely different interview. We're philosophically different, but there is something that unites us, and it's kind of like pieces of a puzzle. They're different, but together they complete the picture. To give you like a metaphor or analogy that brings that together. So System is 4 really unique pieces that come together and form something special. And I have respect for everything everyone does individually, artistically, but System is the number one. And System is the most powerful thing that we put together. And I think everybody appreciates that now more than ever in the band. Because although we did kind of go like this for a long time, we've also kind of gone like this.
To wrap it up, thank you again for your time.
You're welcome.
Really quick 5 questions. For example, the worst show that you ever remember?
System of a Down doesn't have bad shows.
No? No at all? No, in the first?
There was one time that I completely fucked up Streamline. I mean, really bad, right? It was my fault.
Okay.
And then one time we really fucked up Question, which was not my fault, but I got blamed. And that was recently.
Okay. What turns a hotel room into a shitty hotel room?
Bad shower.
Great. Do you like to do some tourism when you're visiting a new city, or just relax at the hotel?
I think the tourism part of it, we did it so much in the beginning that now it's about like relaxing, eating great food, spending time with friends. I have a lot of friends that come out on tour. My wife is coming tomorrow. So, we enjoy it differently now. But now that my kids are getting older, I would imagine in like 5 or 6 years, I'll re-establish the tourism aspect of it again. That is if, of course, God willing, we're still touring.
Besides your instruments, what's a personal item you must take on tour?
My iPad and headphones are absolutely a must because that's where I do all my writing.
What's the System of a Down record you enjoyed recording the most, and why?
None of them were enjoyable because there's so much pressure. I would say that the first one was probably the most fun because I didn't know anything. And there was no pressure on us because nobody really knew us,
The last one. Have you ever tried the Argentinian pizza?
I had pizza last night.
Yeah. From where?
Is it like a special, you call it
Yeah.
Argentinian pizza? No, I had pizza from an Italian restaurant last night. It was margarita.
Okay.
What's Argentinian pizza? You put an Argentinian on top?
You gotta go to Garin or Las Cuartetas.
I can't pronounce that, but I'll go there.
Very traditional place.
Okay.
Yeah. So, John,
Thank you so much.
we are. Thank you, and
You're
have a
welcome.
great show tomorrow.
Thanks, bro. I hope you
to see
enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Of course. Thank you, man. It was a pleasure.
you got it.